Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. Well, President Trump's only been in office for a few days, and there's already controversy stirring up. And I thought it might be one item that's under some controversy, and a lot of chatter may need to be looked at a little closer. It concerns some of the health initiatives that Trump has made announcements about, specifically the mRNA cancer vaccine that he is willing to invest up to $500 billion into the development. Well, that caused a lot of people to go, wait a minute. Is this the man we elected? Is he being mind controlled? I even had someone write and ask me if that was what was going on. And I thought, hey, let's take a look at it and see what the universe wants us to know about this proposal that Trump put out there and maybe some of the rationale behind it, get some insights, information. It's all going to come together and help us to get I think, a more comprehensive look at the situation. I'm going to take you to a share screen I've got. And the first item is just a few things I compiled over on my X platform channel, and then just one of the many, 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 many news items that are out there. I'll have a link for both of these in the video description box. And let's go to that share screen again, just kind of to show you a little bit about how my thought process developed here, because that will help you in your own research to see how other anons, which is what I am, just a regular person that looks things up, gets curious about it, looks deeper, how we do it or where we go when we do it. So 1 second. First of all, I would like to show you the article that was on Gateway Pundit, which talked about the 500 billion AI Initiative Project Stargate. The man in charge of that is Larry Ellison. He's the CEO. Now, that's just good to know that this is a huge initiative, Project Stargate. Let's get into a couple of other things that I found. First of all, I went back to good old 17 team and I said, hey, what's going on? Because there's, what might be relevant to this initiative, to the thought of mRNA when we have had such a bad experience with mRNA to date here in the United States and around the world, actually. So the shot heard around the world is post 572. And there's multiple meanings for some of these posts. And one of the thoughts that's been kicked around over the years was possibly this referred to medically related shots, not necessarily armaments. Now, there was another one that talks about blackout necessary. And it's interesting to note that, again, within these first 3 days in office, President Trump has issued a blackout of health agencies, CDC, FDA, and NIH specifically. They're not allowed to publish scientific reports, update their websites, or issue health advisories for now. So there's a blackout going on, and that post said blackout necessary. Then there's shot heard around the world. And Truth Hammer for EVA says that if Trump put a gag order on these weaponized health agencies, it's because they were about to pull a propaganda health scare. Why would they do that now? Because he's about to fire them. That's his thought on what's going on here. And then the last thing I have is from DOQ.Holiday. DJT throws people into the spotlight. Anons pick them apart. Rinse and repeat. This has been the MO from the start, and Trump has confirmed this by reposting this exact concept on Truth Social if you were following along. So, my question to the universe, we'd like some insights and information about this mRNA procedure that's being touted by President Trump and seemingly supported. So we want those insights to be whoever is doing that. So I'm going to say person seen in the public eye as Donald J. Trump, so that we get specific information. Now, I want to ask a yes or no element to the question, and I'm going to ask, is one of the purposes of this big announcement especially when there was so much talk about putting RFK Jr. in charge of our health matters. And then here comes President Trump talking health. I wonder, is he trying to get us to keep our focus, eyes on this company and Larry Ellison, plus additional insights and information about this announcement, the procedure that's being um, shouted out, and we'll find out what the universe wants us to know. I'm going to switch the camera, let you watch me work with the cards, and we'll find out together. Again, a yes or no element will be added to this question. So the person seen in the public eye as President Donald J. Trump made a huge announcement a couple days ago that he would be investing $500 to $500 billion into Larry Ellison's company, and with an eye to developing a MRNA cancer cure that would involve an injection that was personally designed. So I know a lot of people were waiting for other kind of health announcements, process announcements. So it's caused a lot of consternation, a lot of confusion, and in some cases, even some fear and anxiety. So we have a yes or no element to this question. Is President Trump, or the person seen in the public eye as President Trump, putting the spotlight on Larry Ellison, plus additional insights and information about this announcement and possible um, issues involving our medical procedures? Let's find out. Okay, our first card is the Five of Swords. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles showing up, the Emperor, first major arcana to show up, Strength, hello, Strength. Another major arcana, ooh, we have a 17. The Star card showed up, another major arcana, and 10 of Swords. Very interesting. We will get some additional cards to see if there are further insights that the universe cares to share with us about this situation. First of all, the situation is being indicated by the Five of Swords. And what I'm getting download here, we haven't got a hard yes yet. Okay, and I put a yet on that, as with so many things, but we do see that there's more going on here, that this is kind of a temporary situation. And there is an effort here. He's trying to bring an end to something that is health related. And with all of these swords sticking in that guy's back, I think maybe we may see an end to nefarious injections. So before this process is done. Now let's take a look. That was my intuitive download so far, real fast. They'll still keep happening as I keep talking. Let's see what's going on here. Fives are temporary situations, so we got that right. This is not a permanent situation. This announcement and this support of this, or perceived support of this technology development, not AI separately, but AI with this injection that's being touted. It doesn't look like it's going to be an issue long term. It's because there's more to come, a lot more to come with our health technologies and processes that's going to be coming. So this is just kind of right now. I am getting just with this, that there is, yeah, he wants us eyes on that program. And we should have eyes on every program that involves putting things that change our DNA or change our body irrevocably. We need to be looking, have an eye to those. And we've been told, trust the science, go ahead and do it, safe and effective. We know all those buzzwords, but we also have seen the results when people put their faith and trust in that. The Queen of Pentacles is showing up, a sovereignty card, number one, and just a serenity card. It's kind of like, calm down, people. Calm down, people. There's more going on here than we're being told. Don't you remember? You've had 8 years now 4 years with him in office, and 8 years if you consider all the coded things that have still happened in the interim where he was only CIC. And we had someone that was CEO of the corrupt and bankrupt USA Corporation. So we know he throws his enemies into the spotlight. And I'm kind of getting that Larry Ellison is not a friend. It's one of those times when he's putting someone into the spotlight and letting him shoot himself in the foot. Okay. So we have the emperor here, which is usually Mr. T, quite often for me. And since this involves him, I would say that it is what's being indicated here. Let's look at the near future. Besides the fact, the reassurance that it is a temporary endorsement or situation, and there's much more to come as far as health remedies are concerned. Near future, we got the strength card. Now, there's just no way to read that wrong. You don't even need me to tell you what the strength card is saying. The strength card is simply that. And being a major arcana, we're starting to get into with the current and the near future cards. We're getting into some pretty well-established and not mutable paths and energy going on. So we've got strength here. We've got the star card showing up. 17th major arcana, which is often a nod to the White Hats and Alliance. And so there is a purpose. There's a method to their madness. There's a purpose to it. The star card is just kind of letting us know. And yeah, it looks like to me what they're trying to do is put an end, if not to procedures that involve an injection. Their long-term goal is to put an end to things that get stuck in our body and don't do us any good. Let's get a few more cards, see what's going on. Yeah, there's more information that's getting ready to come down the pike with the High Priestess. Ooh, we got the Moon. Two more major arcana. So far, we got 9 cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are major arcanas. More than half, yet they're just barely 25% of the deck. Then we have a reassuring card with the 6 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So let's take a look and see how these blend into what we're getting so far. Again, no hard yes. Okay, there's been some soft yeses and indications that, yeah, eyes on Larry Ellison and his company are wise advised, and Anons will be on it, absolutely. High Priestess says there's a little more information that is not yet public, but it will be, and it's going to involve the fact that some of those injections were deliberately harmful. So that's coming down the pike and some accountability for that. I didn't see a justice card yet. I'd love to have a justice card. Hey, I'd love to have a tower card show up for some of these health remedies, but we don't have that yet today. Again, a lot of yets on this. What we do have is just reinsurance that the long-term goal is protecting innocent life. That's the long-term goal. And taking us from a place where we don't have processes and procedures that do just that, that we are made to be lifetime customers of health treatments, but not health cures. The goal is to get us away from that. Queen of Cups just talks, she's a very, very in touch with her emotions type of card. It's an emotional subject, especially as people start accepting that we have had healthcare that didn't care for our health, that didn't care about our health, that it was more about controlling or depopulating. And that's going to be a hard nut for people to crack, but it's one that we can. The Queen of Cups just says, don't get yourself, kind of keep track of your emotions and don't let them get the best of you on this subject, okay? Or as other people do, as they wake up and realize, some of these health realities that we have maybe faced as and people that are awake, anons, etc., have a little bit of grace for them because it is a hard nut to crack, especially if you agree to a protocol and you had it administered to your children. That's a real toughie. There's very few people that they're gonna probably want to remain in cognitive dissonance when that's the fact. Okay, so there we have our cards. So let's recap. 2 days ago, just one day in office, President Trump made a huge announcement that there was going to be a major investment in a company that may be able to make individualized injectionable remedies that would cure cancer. This kind of is very similar to the announcement that Vladimir Putin made in Russia recently that his health teams were on the verge of making customized cancer cures. I did a video on that. So we asked what's going on because that has already had a lot of pushback. It seems to me that we would wish to uh, have RFK Jr. be in place and address the Make America Healthy Again. And cancer cures would definitely help to make America healthy again. So we wonder why jumping out of the gate of this. I mean, the rationale was that we want to be leaders in AI technology. But leading in technology with a health related, especially with so many bad experiences with those, had people asking, why is this announcement coming now? Is he being mind controlled? Have we been thrown under the bus? There's been a lot of confusion about it. Well, first of all, it's sometimes wise to take a 4,000 foot view look at things and go, wait a minute, it's not happening today. Let's see what's going on. And that's why we asked the tarot cards with a yes or no element. So I wondered if it was at all possible that President Trump is throwing Larry Ellison into the spotlight because we need to keep an eye on him and his company. And that was the yes or no element to my question. We did not get a hard yes on it, but it does appear to be part of what's going on. It really does. Let's look at some of the specific cards. If you want to look at all of them, you can back this video up and review it. But the situation was indicated by the Five of Swords. Now, fives are temporary situations. That's beautiful there. The other thing here too is that this talks about a only a partial win. So this is only part of what's going on here. All right, and that's good to see. Then little reassurance, the clarifier for that was the Seven of Pentacles, which talks about there's more to come. So we are going to get some announcements that truly do involve healing technology. They are going to be making some announcements, and it does look like this is something that's going to happen in this second official or perceived official term of office for President Trump. And he showed up current, boom, he's on it. Okay. He doesn't always share the rationale or the agenda that's going on, but the man's got a plan. He doesn't do anything just randomly at all. Now, the near future card, strength, showed up. Strength is pretty self-evident, but this also talks about being vigilant. So eyes on. So here's part of the confirmation we get from the universe to keep our eyes on Larry Ellison and the technology that is developed by his corporation and others with AI. There are, I think, some ethical limits to what should be welcomed, and it ought to all be thoroughly vetted. The insight card, white hats. White hats are doing this. It's part of the alliance, and it's part of moving us towards the light and towards true healing remedies. Okay, so, and with an eye to eventually putting a complete stop to things that poke us and harm us in the process. We gonna have there's more information that's coming down the pike. Again, this goes back and confirms the Pentacles card that talked about there's more to come. There's more information out there. The High Priestess usually talks about there's some things in the background that could be if we just had a little different perspective or a little more readiness, they'd be upon us. We'd be told about it. The Moon card, again, unfortunately, there's still we have to just accept the fact that a lot of what we have been told would help us harmed us. A lot of things we were told were treatments were meant to make us lifetime customers and not restore our health or cure us from something. And that's a hard nut to crack, especially, as I said, if you, in good faith, pursued a treatment option for your children, because you're the one that makes decisions for them. It's going to be really hard for those people to realize that those decisions, even though they made them with the best information that was at their fingertips at the time, actually caused lasting harm. In fact, that's what's going to keep a lot of people from waking up. They'd rather die asleep than realize that they had caused or contributed to causing harm to their little ones. And we need to have some compassion for that, because that would be very, very difficult to have to live with. Not everybody's got the resilience to do that. So again, future card, we are going to come to a place where, again, those technologies actually do help us. They aren't designed to control us. They aren't designed to depopulate us. They are designed to take us from a place of weaponized health, monetized suffering, to true healing and true restorative health processes. And the final card that showed up was the Queen of Cups, and she was just talking about, you know, use your intuition, use your logic, okay? Don't have these knee-jerk reaction to announcements. This, there is, I think, a very good advice here is that if you hear that something has been authored, signed, or authorized by President Trump, and it strikes you as, whoa, wait, that's strange. That is not what I was expecting from him. Tell yourself there must be more to the story. Let's wait and find out. Because usually there is, and we will. So that's it for this video as we explore what is going on with this endorsement of injections that would cure something. What's going on with that? It caught us all by surprise and caused consternation, confusion, and some anxiety. So let's wait and see. It looks like it's not a permanent situation, and it's kind of, there's more to come. And the more to come does look like it's going to be good. So I thank you so much for your time and attention. If you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Bye.